Ahoy there, mateys, and welcome, SOBs, to Stream of Blood and tonight's episode of the Neptune Society, our Call of Cthulhu 7th edition actual play stream. I am so happy that you're here, that you are joining us. It has been 11 long days since we streamed for you all. The channel has been dark that long. We got to make this right. How could we have left you for so long without providing great digital content involving Cthulhu and or vampires? I profusely apologize, but we're back now, and I got to tell you, we have been using all that time to create all kinds of devious plans for new, exciting stuff that we're going to give you in the upcoming weeks and months. New games, new subscriber benefits, and a bushel of general upgrades to our entire channel are forthcoming. We are constantly having meetings and breaking off into discussion groups, breakout rooms to figure out how we can do those things for you. But first, before we get on into the other things that are happening on the channel, I'll talk about those at the end of the show. Tonight, we have to give the devil his due because 6 weeks ago, we held a general meeting of the Neptune Society, the fictional club at the center of our Call of Cthulhu campaign here, and we allowed our subscribers to decide what the upcoming missions for the Neptune Society would be. And the Neptune Society, they heard a plea from a major general in Her Majesty's Navy asking them to please aid him in tracking down a monster that had been destroying Her Majesty's ships at sea. Yes, tonight we will fulfill our promise to the subscribers, to the members of the Neptune Society who voted, by engaging in the hunt for Green October. And here to do that with us, yes, the hunt for Green October part 1 is tonight, a two-part saga. And I'm going to bring to you the players who are going to help us do that tonight. She is, I have no problem playing favorites. She is our favorite Call of Cthulhu player in the world, a fantastic actress, streamer, spokesperson, and just internet gal. That's, you know what? I always intro people too long and get to one that sounds stupid. But she's not stupid. She's amazing. Please welcome, bringing back her Wild West shootist, Roxy Wilder. Please welcome Becca Scott, everybody.
Oh my God. Okay, so the ginger pronoun, I felt pretty sure it was going to be me you were talking about.
Yes.
And then, the other things that I do, but I really wanted to be your favorite person to play Cthulhu with.
You are. Of course you are.
Even though I'm a pedantic correctioner.
You're not really.
Corrector.
No. I need people who also know the rules to help me, and that's all you do. You don't. Pedantic is like,
every time you point it out, I feel like a bad person.
You shouldn't, because you know what? You never say, a pedantic person says, actually, before they do it, and you don't do that.
I've literally been on a game show called that.
Yes, I played that show a couple times myself. I think those videos are still online. Find Becca and I playing actually somewhere on YouTube. Welcome, Becca. Are you excited to bring Roxy back?
Darn tootin', never could be prouder.
What do you think she's going to get up to tonight?
Well, she got some orange lipstick that she's rather proud of, and she's learned how to intimidate people. So those are two exciting new developments for Roxy.
That's excellent. Well, she'll certainly have some sailors to push around tonight, and probably some targets to practice her shooting at. I'm going to bring in your next player. She is a fantastic host, actress, streamer, and you might recently remember her from our Cyberpunk Red game that we ran here on the channel just barely a week or two ago. She is fantastic, and we're so happy that she can make her debut in the Neptune Society with the nautical adventuress, Philomena Pastel. Please welcome Kelly Nugent, everybody.
Hey, it's me.
Hello.
Hey,
it is. So I have also done actually. So it's just a meeting of actually alumni, I think is multiple.
Yes.
Alumnus is one. But yeah, I'm going to be playing Philomena Pastel. Super excited to do this. Thanks so much for having me, y'all. I'm really excited.
No, I mean, you were so incredible in the Cyberpunk Red game, and I'm so happy we can have you back in the opposite. That was in the future. This is in the hoary past, the esoteric past. That's hoary.
Oh, I did not understand that. Okay, when you said that, I was like,
that's why you asked me and Kelly. We get it.
Yeah.
No, I asked you guys.
When you did say internet gal, I was like, it's interesting what you think we do.
I apologize for that. I apologize for internet gal. And I also want to say it's not a coincidence that these three people were on them actually, because they picked three huge dorks. And I say that with all the esteem I can point your way. Let's bring in our final player. He's going to be leading this expedition. He's the one that came to the Neptune Society for help. And you may know him from several television series. He also recently starred in the Hallmark movie, The Christmas House, based on his own life. Please welcome, as Major General Calico Fydaq, Mr. Robert Buckley.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
Mr. Fydaq himself.
There he is.
That sounds like a stock market.
It does. It's very NASDAQ-y.
Yeah.
Fydaq. Jared, if you had to pick a third favorite Call of Cthulhu player,
points.
Would I make the short list?
A third Call of Cthulhu player. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I could do that. Probably Henry Zabrowski or Humphrey Carr. No problem.
Wow. Okay.
But Robert, every game is a chance to get higher in my esteem and break that top 5.
You're like the dad who never gave me the reinforcement I needed. So you know what? Instead of running away, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna dance for you.
Lean in and make me respect you.
Yes. Okay.
You don't have to force it. I already do. And I'm so happy that you could be here with us. You were so great in that when we had the meeting and then we talked about it, we were like, if this gets voted for, we've got to do this mission with Robert. And it's so cool. Your character was a younger man, like in his 20s, and now 30 years have passed in the game world. So your character is almost 60 years old.
Mm-hmm. What he lost in spring in his step, he more than made up for with being wily and crazy.
Yes. He may be like higher up in the Royal Navy, but he is still a dangerous and maybe foolhardy character. I really, really love Calico Fydaq and the fact that he's mainly a criminal. Okay, guys, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Always, Jared.
Kelly, I didn't get a yes from you yet.
I nodded my head, but I didn't know you needed a verbal confirmation.
I need a verbal?
Yes, I'm ready.
Then let's play some Call of Cthulhu. Here is the situation as it stands and why the Neptune Society has decided to help. It is October 1865, and to date, 6 of Her Majesty's ships in the Atlantic have been sunk by a mysterious sea monster they're calling Green October. The Americans and Russians have lost several ships as well, but the Royal Navy isn't sure. Those other nations aren't talking. They're keeping a lot of things under wraps. Only a few survivors have been rescued from the wreckage of these ships. One was completely insane, babbling about the beast's glowing yellow eyes. Scientists in Britain think that the culprit might be some sort of monstrous man-eating narwhal that's at loose in the Atlantic. I can tell you that your ship, the HMS Colossus, has gone to investigate with 2 members of the Neptune Society on board, along with the main guy, the guy that called the mission, Major General Calico Fydaq. You are on the HMS Colossus, and you are approaching the most recent wreck. The wreck of the HMS Cetus, broken and foundering off the coast of Cape Town, gulls wheeling about it like flies on a carcass. What clues does it hold? The sea monster recently destroyed this ship, and it is your first and only line of investigation as things stand right now. Tell me a little bit about how your character feels or how they're approaching this mission as your ship, the Colossus, approaches the wreck of the Cetus.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Roxy Wilder don't feel too good without her 2 feet on solid ground. But the Neptune Society is the first place I've really felt accepted for my skills and myself. And it's inherent in the title of the society that someday I would have to do something involving the sea. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Roxy, I think you probably have your Neptune pin now. All of the Neptune members, they wear these little tridents. And if Roxy feels accepted, she's probably wearing that proudly. Roxy, why don't you give me a Constitution roll?
Oh my. All right. So, but if there's one thing Roxy has, it is Constitution, because she rolled a 6.
Oh, lovely. So,
Wow.
Roxy, you may be your nervousness at being at sea is not at all physical. You're able to kind of move about the ship like you know what you're doing. You're able to look like someone with skill and competence.
I knew
even
about
though
aversion therapy before that term was even a thing, and I climbed up the ship's mast. I shimmied up it. I didn't even use the rope ladder to get into the crow's nest, and I'm just getting over. Roxy, you can do this. You are not afraid.
Yes, and the sailors are impressed. The sailors, I should let you know that the Colossus that you're on is a 2-deck ship. With lots of guns, bristling with cannon, and lots of sailors running about. The Royal Navy isn't fucking around, guys. They're gonna find this monster and destroy it. They're not fooling around. Let me hear how Philomena Pastel is doing. Philomena?
Well, I say, Philomena's feeling quite invigorated with the thrill of the hunt. As you know, she's a usually self-funded adventuress. And when I say usually, I mean 100% of the time self-funded. No one ever has hired her outside of her own pocket money. However, she is ready to take whatever monster it is by the horns and just mark down her name in history as the best adventuress that ever existed. Despite the fact that perhaps there are no historians on board, and if things go under, she may die, but she's walking around really taking the temperature of the adventure, like making sure that all the sailors are excited and morale is up, and that she is respected as part of the adventure.
Excellent. Well, Philomena, you why don't you tell people a little bit about what Philomena's good at? Because it's our first time our viewers are meeting her. What kind of things does she have skill in?
Her skills are many. Shipbuilding. She's excellent at that. She's got a great credit rating because, as I said, she is quite wealthy. She is quite skilled with a rapier. Also, average at first aid.
Yep. Average is good, though. Average is pretty good for first aid.
And another skill, jumping. Very good at jumping. Pretty good at jumping. Navigating is fine. Persuasion is all right. But I can pilot a boat. So that's
very good. Very useful in this case. And Becca can tell you, as someone whose character has been murdered at sea.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It happened long ago. That jumping can be quite important. But it sounded like you were trying to kind of bring up the troops' morale. And I would like for you to use some sort of skill to kind of do that, if that's what you are trying. And I see that you have some charm skill. Would you like to try that?
Yes, I would like to try that.
Let's try a charm roll just to see how you're doing in terms of charming the crew.
Oh my God. Crit 100.
Oh, a critical fail.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so she is not doing well.
No, she's not. I mean, even though she's a very competent sailor and clearly her skills say that she knows her way around the boat, for whatever reason, the sailors have taken a strong dislike to Philomena Pastel. Probably because they are a taciturn, duty-bound lot. Many of them almost criminals before they ended up in the Royal Navy or in Her Majesty's Marines. And so
Yeah.
perhaps Philomena's very optimistic and can-do attitude rubs them the wrong way.
It probably doesn't help that she keeps like trying to like squat down next to them and be like, so we're having fun, yes? Excited for the trip. Absolutely. And also her clothing is all very nice. So she seems very like paid her way in, which I don't think people respect.
Right. I mean, in fact, they maybe even have a problem with ladies on board, except that they're not having any issue with Roxy, just with Philomena.
Right.
So yeah, it's got to be her personality, but she should keep trying. I'm going to cut over to the man who called this expedition, the man who's determined to get his beast. Major General Calico Fydaq, how are you feeling and what are you doing as the Colossus approaches the wreck ahead of you?
Calico is a man who thrives in motion. He doesn't do well sitting still. He's got itchy feet and sticky fingers. So to finally be on the open sea and to be on an adventure is calming to him, is exciting to him. And as he was walking the ship's deck and sort of surveying the horizon, he happened to be forced into a nagging conversation with this newer woman on board he just recently met and found her quite off-putting. She wanted to talk about her credit rating, that it was so high, and this felt like this is a lot right now. I'm focusing. So as he walked away from her, he notices this woman needlessly and dangerously scurrying up one of the ship's masts and is just thinking, what have I gotten myself into? Who has the Neptune Society given me this time?
Yes, I mean that I understand his psychology. Well reasoned, well articulated. But now,
since I'm up there, I would like to have a moment where possibly I could justify that this made sense, and I was the one to shimmy up into this crow's nest.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, I think that you're up there. So what would you like to do while you're up there?
May I roll for spot hidden?
I think you should.
That's loud. And my eyes are closed too tightly as I talk to myself and try and work up my courage. Steal it to the sticking place of, you get it.
Sure, of course. So you missed your role, and what I'm going to say is that Roxy, maybe you're not quite as ready for the nautical life as you thought. Once you get all the way up there, you feel a little bit of vertigo, and you don't spy anything. And as you start to make your way down, you do hear people shouting that the wreck is now within striking distance. You can investigate the wreck if you'd like. And
as I hear other people, I want to shout it as if I saw it first. There's a shipwreck up ahead.
Very good. Yeah, why don't you give me a fast talk roll, and I'm going to have the various sailors come to our Major General and tell him, wreck's been sighted, Captain. What are your orders?
First thing I'd like to do is, can I roll for a spot hidden as well?
You may. Yes, you may.
No one bought that I saw it first.
No. They're starting to dislike Roxy as well. Maybe they're just
throw the women overboard.
They're just busy. They're moving past you. They're not giving you the respect you deserve as professional adventurers. Yes, Robert, how did Calico do?
I need to roll under what my credit is for spot hidden, right? Yes, I failed miserably. I saw nothing. I think I went to look and I sneezed.
Very good. Yes. So they're waiting for your orders. I mean, do you want to go out there to the wreck? Do you want to send a team? Do you want to just take the big boat as close as you can to take a look at it? I mean, it's really up to you. Yes, Roxy.
Is he on the ship's deck? The upper deck?
Sure, certainly, yes. Mm-hmm.
I would like to go up to the Major General, and I would like to give my best salute and introduce myself, Roxy Wilder. Now, I may not have fancy titles in front of my name, but I am known for my sharpshooting. So if there's something you see on off your ship here, you let Roxy know, and I will shoot it.
Oh, very well.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I saw that you're quite the scurrier. You're great at climbing, and with a good shot, that makes you quite the sniper. So you know what? We could use you. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to take the big ship as close as we can safely get to the wreck, and then I would like to get a little dinghy and take myself, Miss Roxy, and perhaps that.
You invited me aboard your little dinghy? We just met. And I'm honored.
Becca Scott gets an extra point of sanity for that joke, and
Yes!
I
and
really
then
should have asked for more sanity.
and so soon the Colossus is pretty close to the wreck. There are rocks here that it is kind of ended up washing ashore on. You're like 100 miles off of the coast of Africa, off South Africa. The weather is warm, almost a little muggy here in the sea. You haven't gotten the wind that you'd like, but you made it here, and now you can board the dinghy and head over. Would you like to? So we're talking Philomena and Roxy and the Major General Calico Fydaq are going to take a little boat over.
I'd
Sure.
like to try to impress the major by just taking control of those oars on that dinghy, and because I can pilot a ship, and I wanna show him that I'm like really good at aiming the boat.
Great. No. I mean, clearly we're all masters of nautical terminology, and I bet Kelly earlier just had all these like charts out and like a compass and was
They're
like,
just right outside of frame.
yes, the port bow.
Mhm.
Kelly, absolutely. You should be the boatswain
Mhm.
boatswain for this little expedition out. So if you would like to roll your pilot boat, roll Philomena's pilot boat as you guys take the dinghy out, feel free.
I'm going to. Pilot boat. Where is my skill for that?
It'll be under P.
Oh,
for
here we go. Here we
pilot.
go. I wanted under.
You do?
Wow, the rolls today. No, I don't. I got 75 and I had 60. So
So you're outside of the realm of even luck helping you. But what I will allow you to do is you can either take your failure, which will not mean you all topple and fall into the sea. This was kind of like, just a little flavor roll, or you can try harder if you'd like.
yeah, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna. She's
Okay.
just really gonna engage her core and just really just get some big sweeps of the oar into it. Go really hard and try and get us going really fast.
Okay, so Philomena is eager to prove herself on this expedition. Philomena, go for it. Yes.
I'm gonna bunch up my skirts and I'm gonna sit on a different bench and polish my guns.
Very good.
And
Okay.
I'm going to look back at the ship and just wonder why I chose these two out of all the capable bodies up there.
They're the ones the Neptune Society gave you. I mean, maybe it's just who they could spare. The Neptune Society has been embattled lately, but nevertheless, these are your experts. These are your women of action. Philomena, how did you do?
Listen, I'm drenched in flop sweat, but I am getting us there. I rolled under. I'm happy. There's not even splashes coming in and hitting Roxy.
Very good. I think that basically once you got out there to got into the dinghy, just under the gaze of Calico Fydaq, you felt like a little bit like, what? Wait, let me, but then once you got rolling, clearly your way around a boat, and you have docked beautifully and perfectly. And then I'm going to say your success means you don't have to climb or anything. You guys can step onto this wreck easily if you'd like, without any kind of climb roll or anything.
Before we leave the boat, I would like to affix my bayonet to my rifle.
Done.
Awesome. And I'll step off the boat first.
Very good.
And take a look around. I'd like to see if I spot anything.
Very good. You step off onto the Cetus, and you can look around. What you're looking at now is the hole in the side of the boat. Philomena has perfectly kind of docked you with probably what caused the breach. Your nautical knowledge tells you that much. Major
Like a
General
foot in a
Calico.
boot, Major?
Philomena, you're quite the boat builder, are you not?
I am, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you for noticing.
Looking at the size of this hole, what kind of force would it take to do this to a ship?
One moment.
Very good.
Okay. I guess I'll use. I have shipbuilding.
That works.
Okay.
Now I wish I
Yay!
could step in and answer your question, but I am one for making holes, not fixing them.
Noted.
Gun.
All right, I rolled under.
You may check that skill, meaning you check the little box beside the skill, and it may improve later. And you are immediately aware, Philomena, that the gouges in the wood would be consistent with the ship crashing into another ship, not with a whale attack, which would look quite different. You know, you're literally looking at the places where it's broken off. You can see places where some kind of hard, angular kind of structure stabbed into the side of this boat.
And the remains of that other ship are not here, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
That's correct. So you don't see where the other ship is.
Okay.
Do we think that this is where this ship was attacked or hit, or it has just drifted here and got stuck on these rocks?
I think I can give you that answer on Philomena's roll. It looks like it's drifted a little away from where it was and got stuck on these rocks.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone's
Appears there was a
out
battle.
to get us. I bet it's. I hate to say something of my mother country, but it's probably the Americans. I heard they had not admitted to losing as many ships, and well, I'm just distrustful. They never did acknowledge or give me my medals for certain national events that I should have qualified for.
Wow. Yeah. In fact, you won a shooting contest one time, and they didn't give you the rifle you won in that shooting contest.
I still want my rifle.
One day you'll get it, Roxy, but not out here in the middle of the Atlantic, in the middle of the South Atlantic. Ladies and gentlemen, the boat creaks and sways slightly in front of you, but it does look like you could kind of crawl up onto its deck if you'd like. No climb roll necessary, as I said. Let me know if you'd like to do that or another action.
I would like to call out, hello.
Yeah. Great.
Just that. That's all I want to give them. I want to leave them wanting more.
No, Major General. I mean, that was smart because you then all hear like someone going like, "Who's there?" And they sound like they're coming, like they're screaming, but they're kind of like inside the wreck of this ship.
I would like to run towards them because I've learned a thing or two about first aid.
Oh, very good.
Refresh my memory. Is this are we going after a downed British ship? So
yes.
This is a fellow countryman.
Yes. So
Okay.
This is an HMS. This is a Royal Navy ship, and if you'd like, you may make an idea roll, which is just an intelligence roll, Major General Calico Fydaq. Just try to roll under your intelligence.
Oh my gosh! I think it's a critical success. I got 1.
Okay. So this settles it. I mean, every single one of these ships, you realize, Major General Calico Fydaq, has been a British Navy ship, but one. There have been 6 ships that were crashed. All but one were British Navy ships, and all of them were following the Cape route. The Cape route is a route down from Britain around the Horn of Africa that the British Navy and anybody from Britain uses to get to the lands of Asia, most predominantly India, which is currently under British colonial rule. Miss Roxy Wilder, you run forward and you get to a place in the deck where there's sort of a hole to the lower deck with like netting. And if you want, you can climb down into that hole, which is kind of up and diagonal right now. It's not quite a hole that you'd have to drop into.
And I can see that there's netting on the other side of the hole.
It's kind of like normally when the ship is upright, it kind of hangs over that spot so that people don't fall into a lower deck. But a lot of it's torn right now. It should be possible for you to kind of crawl up into there if you'd like.
It sounds more fun to take a running leap, and I'm just going to belly flop into the net.
Okay, great. You do that. I'm not going to make you roll for that. And you startle someone on a lower deck below. They're like, ah, 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 ah. And you see a man in a sailor's garb, like clutching a knife. And he is startled by
Whoa now. Put the knife down. Mean you no harm. Roxy Wilder at your service. Do you need saving?
You're not with them.
With them, you mean Her Majesty's Royal Navy? She does their salute the best she can. I am.
No. The mask. The masks. He drops his knife, and he's like staring up at you as you like hang from the netting.
Does it look like I would wear a mask with a face like this? She shows her profile. She's fine looking, but she's very cocky.
Water.
Oh, I plumb out of water, but I did bring my whiskey. I'm gonna toss in my flask.
He unscrews it and pours whiskey into his mouth, and then immediately starts coughing and spitting it out and wasting it.
That's right.
And drops it to the ground, and you can see that he's like muttering to himself. He has like maybe a weak stubble. He looks starved and crazed. Roxy Wilder and the others, you may join her if you'd like. What would you like to do?
Anybody got water for this fella? I didn't think of that.
I don't have any water, but I would like to know what happened here.
When you ask that, he's like, masks. They wore masks. They rode on the back of a great serpent. So this man will need some sort of help before he is able to give you any kind of coherent story.
All right. I have a first aid kit in the folds of my skirt that I would like to administer some TLC to this fellow with.
Very good. You may go ahead and roll your first aid. And let's see how you do.
Oh, we did very well. We got an extreme success.
Roxy's first aid kit contains the things that Roxy would carry, including some beef jerky. And this guy is like,
Well, all right.
And just eating has brought some life back to his cheeks.
Okay, looking better there, fella. Do you have a name?
Hart. Edwin Hart.
Nice name.
What happened here, Edwin Hart?
Serpent people, masks.
We were rammed by some kind of beast in the water, and then the next thing I knew, we were boarded by phantoms, ghosts, masked ghosts.
How did you survive this long? Did you consume the bodies of your brethren?
They missed some of our supplies. We had some hardtack in one of the cupboards, but it's been gone for days now. I've been trying to fish. I haven't been very successful. The entire structure lurches to one side.
Is there anything we should save of value on this ship, Edwin? Or we should just get back to our dinghy?
The books.
Sir. And I turn to the general, the major general, and give him a salute. I have no idea how protocol is supposed to work.
I can tell you guys that, the Neptune Society might have let you know this. You are contracted agents, consultants, if you will. So you are not exactly beholden to military hierarchy. However, Major Calico Fydaq does command the expedition and all of the sailors. So probably a good idea to stay on his good side.
Yeah, I just keep doing the wrong thing, but I feel like I should, out of respect, try and salute every time I speak to him.
He appreciates the excessive salutes. Before we do anything leaving this boat, Edwin, what was the purpose of this raid? Were they stealing something off the boat?
They took food. They took oil for lanterns. They took our tools. I don't know. They were like pirates.
All right, now you say they were phantoms, but if they were really ghosts, would they need to wear a mask? That's number one. Number two, do they even need food if they have
They moved through the
ghostly
water
stomachs?
silently. They didn't come in a dinghy. And there was something under the masks. Something not human.
So they rode on this Norwal beast you speak of?
Glowing eyes. Yes. Glowing eyes. Water. I need water. I need water.
Okay. Are there any other survivors in the boat?
I haven't been able to find anyone. We need to get to the captain's quarters. He had some books on his log, the whole purpose of the expedition.
Can you lead us to the captain's quarters?
Yes.
You know what, Philomena? By the way, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I bet you know where the captain's quarters are, being such an expert with boats and all. Ships, as they say in the biz.
They do use that's the correct term. Ships. I do know quite a bit about ships. Allow me to lead the way.
Very good.
I'm going to attempt to use shipbuilding.
You know what? In order to find the captain's quarters, I don't think Philomena even has to do that. But I will tell you this: now that the ship has lurched, you see that the captain's quarters are kind of a tough angle now, and the ship continues to lurch as water continues to batter it. It's already in very poor repair and coming apart. And your shipbuilding automatically tells you, Philomena, that you're not sure how much longer it will hold together. And so basically what I'm telling you is if you want to rescue the logs, it's going to be maybe some climb rolls, maybe some dexterity challenges. It's going to be tough, or you can just get off this ship before danger strikes. What is your call? What would you like to do?
I would like to try and get those books, and also maybe anything else that might be in that captain's area.
Very good. That. Very good. So, Philomena, how are you going to get up this very steep? Let's say it's like an 80-degree incline. A jump sounds perfect, Philomena.
Absolutely. Smashing. Okay. Why? Okay, no, I did not. I have the yips. I'm thinking too much about what it takes to jump, and I can't jump.
Well, that's okay. How did you do?
I got 84.
84 on your jump. Okay. So that's going to be outside the realm
of
what?
I needed a 40.
Would you like to push? Would you like to push? You know that if you push and you fail, something terrible happens.
Okay. Well, I would like to push because I have a lot riding on this, that being my pride. So I'm going to just really anchor myself down and just really, really push and try and maybe see if anything I could grab onto once I reach the apex of my jump.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
Woo, and that's what it took. Okay. So I got just regular success.
Great. Perfectly done. You leap. You grab onto something that's normally like kind of, just like a kind of a rail that you could hold onto easily when you're on the ship, but now it kind of like lets you hang and you swing through the door into the captain's quarters. And now you're on a very sharp incline in this room where everything is kind of fallen into one corner from the lurching of the ship. There are books and papers and things like that. And you see something that looks like the log, a big, thick book. And, as someone who's familiar with the sea, you know what a log looks like. So you can grab that easily, Philomena, with your successful jump roll. But I want to know, do you want to look deeper, or do you want to grab the log and go?
I'd like to look deeper.
Okay, great. And then I need either a library use if you want to determine what books are important, or you need to give me a spot hidden just to see if you see.
Is it just books that I'm looking? Because I'm looking for anything, right?
Yes, exactly. Or spot hidden will just show you anything that might be of.
Okay, so then.
Sorry.
Well,
that's okay. Philomena, go ahead.
I just have a question. So if I'm rolling for spot hidden, I don't have anything on my sheet for that.
Yeah,
So,
no problem. So you're going to go with whatever the default is, and the default for a spot hidden roll is 25%.
oh, I see what it says right after it in parentheses. Great.
That's right. All humans start with that much.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, what were you guys going to say?
I was gonna say,
Meanwhile,
what-
I'm going to head back to the dinghy with this man desperately in need of some water, and I'm going to look for a rope so I can be on standby in case Philomena needs any assistance.
Very good.
Excellent.
Very well done. And
I am going to attempt to make the jump because I would like to inspect these captain's quarters as well.
very good. Go ahead and make that jump. Calico Fydaq.
I don't have a number as well. It's the same thing. It just says 20%. And
That'll be a 20%, sir.
So I rolled a 23.
Oh, why don't you spend 3 points of luck and you will have succeeded?
You know what? Actually, I think I'd rather spend 3 points of luck to succeed.
Then you shall, and you have, and soon the Major General, a spry man near 60, suddenly lands beside you, Philomena. How did you do on your spot hidden?
Hardcore.
Not well.
Okay. Calico Fydaq, would you like to kind of look around the room and see if there's anything interesting?
Ooh, I most definitely would. And I rolled a 2.
Man.
Okay, that's great. So, a couple things happen. You with your critical success, you find two things. You find a rock that has been carved with a star-like emblem onto it. That has kind of come loose. What is this? A paperweight? What is it? It looks like it is not of like British make. It looks like it might be some souvenir from some far Pacific Isle or something like that. And you also find some papers that include like it looks like it's like a translation of something, some old book, just sheafs of papers that the captain was kind of translating. And it looks interesting to you. Whatever they're talking about, it looks like some kind of religious text or something.
Mm-hmm. I will definitely take both of those, pocket both of those. But do I see anything shiny or potentially of value as well?
Yeah, let's see. Actually, roll your luck.
Oh, I'm on fire. 2 again.
Okay,
What?
great. So, and then Calico, you also find that we're among some bloodstains and things like that. This guy had a beautiful, like, antique sword that was like a not a using sword, but like a decorative sword with like golden pommel and everything, and a little chest that hasn't popped. It hasn't popped open, and when you shake it, you hear money jangling around inside.
Mm-hmm. I immediately confiscate both of those, and I tell Philomena, I think I have enough here. I can't carry anymore. I'm going to head back to the dinghy.
She's like, I can't find anything.
Yeah, I'm
he
like,
turns
what?
around with a sword, a box, papers, and a rock.
I will
Well,
say excellent finds, Major. I just want to note that when I landed, certain things dislodged, and I think you were able to find them. I just assisted is what I'm saying. And I want to know, did you see my jump?
2 things. One, I saw your jump. It was a terrific jump.
Excellent, thank you.
And you do get credit for some of this. So here's some papers.
Oh,
And you get to hold all of those and tell everyone you found them.
oh, are you sure you don't want me to hold the more heavy, the
Oh, no, that's okay. I got these. You
Oh.
hold on. In fact, you know what? Here's a little rock for you, too. It's got a weird star thing on it. Why don't
Oh.
yeah, look at you go. All kinds of stuff you found.
Okay.
Great.
Great.
Nicely done, everybody. But I can tell you now, carrying all this stuff, that the ship has continued to lurch. You hear like some planks breaking. Roxy and Edwin are back in the dinghy. But if these two are going to get out with all this stuff, they need to kind of leap down to the dinghy or climb down.
I think I would have rowed it out just a little bit so it wasn't inside the other ship that was falling apart. So
Good
they could
idea.
maybe leap from it.
Yes, it sounds like everybody's got to do a little leap. What do we think? Or a climb? What do we think?
Is there a way I can use my survival the sea to like
That's
jump into the ocean?
Normally, that would be like if you were trapped on a deserted island and you were trying to find food and water or like fish.
Yeah, I'm just
that
trying to
would be
finagle.
how you would do that. that's what survival the sea would be for. Yeah, and so I don't think that'll work here. You gotta use some kind of physical skill. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
And
I'll just jump. I'll jump.
Okay, and then who is holding the chest of money? That would be Calico?
Calico's holding the chest. So what could we do is, Philomena, why don't you make the jump first? And then maybe I toss the heavy chest down to you so that I'm able to.
You know, we're already down here. Throw it at this guy because he's not doing well anyway.
Yes,
Sorry.
if he gets beamed in the noggin, not much to lose.
Very good. Yes, let's try all of this. Go ahead. You throw down the chest, and then Philomena, you may make your and so you throw down the chest, and let's see if the gentleman is able to grab it. Since you've decided to do that,
Edwin, heads up.
Yeah, heads up, Edwin. Edwin does. Edwin gets a critical fail. The chest hits Edwin, and he goes overboard, splashing down into the water.
Oh,
is he alive?
Well, who knows? Apparently, he still has the chest in his hands, or it's knocked him out because he's not coming up.
I'll try and save him after you guys roll.
Okay, Philomena, are you going to jump down?
Yeah. I'd like to jump down. Okay. Woo! Oh, I jumped. I got a 2. Okay.
Oh, nicely done. Philomena, you can check your jump skill, and you land like perfectly with one leg on each of the rails of the dinghy, like in like this perfect balance position. And now, Major General, your turn.
Oof. I rolled my age, 58.
Okay,
Wow.
so here's what happens. What items did you have in your hand still? Anything?
Just the beautiful sword, the gold sheath or sword.
Okay, so I think that when you land, you lose that. And also, I want a dexterity roll from Philomena because the Major General has landed so awkwardly into the dinghy. Can I have a dexterity roll from you, Philomena? Just try to roll under your dexterity.
Oh wow, baby. I did a like pretty good success. I rolled a 26 and half of my dex is 40. So
Oh, very good. Okay, so you're okay. You're able to keep your items, but you lose that sword, Calico. And I think that because Calico is such a kleptomaniac, he also loses a point of sanity for that. I don't know how he expresses that when he gets upset about like losing his prizes, but I leave that to you. What does he do when he loses one of his beautiful baubles that he's always trying to procure?
He opens up his big pea coat, his big thick pea coat, and just screams into the armpit.
Very good. Very good. So meanwhile, it's a beautiful, calm, the sun is shining.
Are we not able to
Edwin?
go out, Edwin?
Oh, no,
Edwin?
but that's what I was about to say. But
Okay.
somewhere under this pristine, flat sea, a man is drowning. Roxy?
Okay. So, if I was successful in finding a rope on the dinghy after I took extra time, didn't go into the bowels of the ship to find a rope, just in case, perhaps I already have it, and I would like to use perhaps my skill at ride to create a lasso and try and get him under the water.
Well, first of all, an important thing to keep in mind is we all have inventories, right? And so sometimes I let people see if they remembered something. But if you go to the second page of your character sheets, you'll see what's in your inventory there. Does anybody have a rope that they could give to Roxy, or does Roxy have her own rope?
I have a rope.
You do?
I absolutely have a rope. I also have a diving suit with apparatus. I could go down if we fail. I could.
That's probably back on the Colossus.
Oh
but
darn!
you certainly could have brought your rope with you. So
I brought my rope.
yes, so you hand it to
Miss
Roxy. Miss Wilder, yes, I will allow you to do a hard ride skill to lariat a man underwater, and boy, am I being nice. It should probably be extreme, but this is high adventure, not realistic Cthulhu, not dark and gritty. It is high adventure Cthulhu. So how did you do?
I mean, I succeeded, but it's not a hard success.
That's
but you
okay.
know what? I will never lose a man if I can help it. I kill him by my choice. And,
are you going to push?
Yeah. I think I'm. Well, I'd like to push by. I want to give up on this rope. I don't think lassoing underwater is a pretty good a good strategy. I'd like to. Can I push by diving in instead?
You may. And then in that case, I'm going to ask for a swimming roll.
Would you accept natural world?
I would not, because natural world tells you about the natural world, and I have to maintain my my reputation as a son of a bitch as a game master.
That's
so
legitimate.
you must use swimming if you would like to dive in.
Right
Can I
before I
assist
do,
her?
I look at my reflection in the water and I think, in a former life, this seems like it was a bad idea. And I dive into a sea where we know there is some sort of sea monster.
Oh,
How'd
no.
it go?
Triple snake eyes.
Okay, triple
So that's
snake eyes.
critical failure right there.
That's a critical failure. Okay. So a critical failure means that basically you kind of swim down, Roxy, and you realize that this guy, he's like bleeding from the head because that's how the box hit him. And it's kind of like broken nearby and the coins are kind of floating. You get enough light. You're not down that deep. There are a lot of rocks here, right? And when you try to like get the guy back up, like he's too heavy and you're kind of getting a little lightheaded. Like it's deeper than you're used to swimming. You're not a diver, so you're kind of getting lightheaded. You're having trouble getting him back up, and you might be in danger pretty soon unless someone else does something. Who's next?
Major, please note, what I'm doing in this moment. I am going to be putting my life at risk for our fair companion. Off I go. I want to dive in.
Very good. Give me a swimming roll.
Why? It's cursed. I'm good at the. Okay. Well, I failed. I
Okay.
failed.
By how
I
much?
failed. A lot. I had to get 40 and I got 86.
Yes. Would you like to push as
Yes, I'm gonna push.
Miss Scott did it to her dismay?
Okay. This is unfortunate though, because we might just be really screwing over the major. It's okay. Okay. I got 72.
Okay, so when things are failed, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't swim. It might mean that it takes you forever.
Why are you pulling out your rule book there?
What's happening?
You're making me nervous.
What's happening?
I mean, there's a reason why I'm pulling out my rule book. It takes you a long time, and I'm afraid you're unable to save Edwin Hart. And as you are finally like dragging Roxy Wilder, I'm gonna give you a little bit of HP loss for this. You've lost 4 HP to your swimming debacle, and you notice that Mr. Hart has lost a lot of blood into the water. And now I need spot hidden rolls from everybody.
Oh,
Get me out of here.
shit.
Including myself?
I just remembered I can't
Yes,
swim.
Calico, you as well.
Why? Oh my god, you guys.
I'm going to spin 5 luck for a success.
Great. Roxy, you're kind of being dragged through the water by Philomena, who is a strong swimmer who can pull someone while she swims. So you're kind of facing backward when you see a fin coming through the water toward you.
I'm going to start kicking my feet as fast as I can. Philomena, it's so nice to meet you and see your experience as a dedicated swimmer. And if you could just swim faster.
Philomena, Roxy is warning
not
you
good.
that there's something behind
Yeah.
you.
Can I
Yeah,
see,
she's warning me.
from the
Yeah.
boat, can I see that they're being pursued by something?
Calico, you missed your spot hidden, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Roxy's warning everybody.
Okay.
So I'm going to allow it.
Imagine I dropped the rope when I gave up on lassoing through water
Yeah.
in the boat.
Yes. Calico, what would you like to do?
I would like to lean out of the boat, putting my arm in the water to reach for them.
Okay, great. So you're trying to reach for them. They're trying to get to the boat. You
The
can see
rope!
the shark approaching.
The rope.
Now it's
You're-
okay.
I know,
oh,
and his arm
it's
is in the water. The
Okay.
rope.
Let me get it.
I don't know that that's necessarily better. I think that they're a little ways out, but you can try it, Calico. Would you like to try it?
No, I don't. Actually, I would like to pull out my rifle and fire a shot safely away from them, but in the direction of whatever's pursuing them.
I love that. Calico, you can do that. And then I want a, we've already had you swim again, Philomena. I think we've established you're a good swimmer. I need a constitution roll because the issue is that you're exhausted. You've been trying to rescue Roxy for 10 minutes now and having to go under and back up again. Constitution roll to see if you have the stamina. Calico, you may fire your rifle.
Do I need to roll for success or no?
Yes, you may. You have to roll under your firearm skill.
Okay, I'm spending 3 luck, by the way.
Success. Great. Success. So you can go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh. Okay, so that's a D10 plus 4. Seven.
Okay, and it has armor, and then it also is underwater. So I'm going to rule that you do like 3 damage. You basically blast off the top of the thing's fin, and you see it kind of like blasted and smoldering. Calico, it's a powerful rifle, but it only gets a shot every 3 rounds. This thing, though, is going to be really distracted and have a difficult time taking a huge bite out of Roxy Wilder. Let's see how your constitution roll went, Philomena.
I am going to spend 3 luck to get a success there.
Very good. You suddenly get this second wind and you're like, fuck no! And you just like swim harder. Calico blasts off the thing's fin. So I'm going to give it 2 penalty dice when it tries to bite you guys. 2 penalty dice. And let's see how it does. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Holy shit.
No.
What?
So 2 penalty dice. So I just want you to know, like, just because sometimes I like to be very transparent. I'm not just trying to hurt my players.
Yeah,
the shark has a 40% to hit, which is not awesome, right? And then I gave it 2 penalty dice. So I rolled 2 extra 10s dice, and if any of them went above 40, it wasn't going to work, right? And 2 rolled a 10 and 1 rolled a 20. This shark is about to bite into Roxy Wilder. And here it goes. Roxy.
Take my legs, but still let me shoot.
Yeah, here we go. Boy. Yeah, so.
I say, Miss Wilder, I think we're on the way to success. Just hold on.
Okay, let me just find its damage bonus here. Okay, well, here we go, Roxy. Good luck, my dear. I hate to kill somebody this way, but it happens sometimes.
I won't die. I won't die.
And Roxy just lost 2 HP because of lack of oxygen underwater, right?
4.
Oh, great.
No.
Bodes well.
6 more damage, Roxy Wilder, and we have just been raided. If you have just joined us, we are playing Call of Cthulhu on the Stream of Blood with Robert Buckley, the star of Hallmark's The Christmas House, Becca Scott, and Kelly Nugent. And Becca's character, the cowgirl Roxy Wilder, has just been bitten by a shark. Becca, how much HP does Roxy have left when she takes this 6 damage?
Oh, that would be exactly half her total HP, so she might have to do another roll here, but she's still got 2 left. She's fighting.
I think it's enough that she has to roll her constitution score, her health score, and if she fails, she goes unconscious and takes a major wound.
First good roll of the night. It's a 14.
Okay.
That's an extreme success.
Oh, great. In that case, I'm going to rule that she doesn't take a major wound. She doesn't go unconscious, and she can make 1 attack against the shark. right now with like
his teeth are just it's kind of like flaying my
they
leg.
raked you. Yeah, they didn't.
And I kicked him right in the. I mean, I think I had to have dropped my rifle. I wouldn't take something full of
No,
gunpowder
you can't
into
take your
water.
rifle into the water, so it's going to be like
it's
a
still
kick.
on the boat.
Can I
So
ask
it's going to be the kick for my life.
Okay,
right
I'm going to let Roxy
inside
do
its
this.
mouth.
Go for it.
So if only I had my firearms here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
you kick and you kick, and it's just kind of like staying latched on. So I need actions from the other two. You got to get rid of this thing before it finishes eating.
So
Roxy Wilder.
have I noticed on the boat that Roxy's rifle is on the dinghy where she
Yes.
left it? Okay,
Yes.
I would like to pick it up and fire it at the shark.
Okay, and the shark is more visible now, so I'm not going to give it as much ways that it can like hide from you. It's going to come up out of the water to grab a hold of her. So
You
yes,
got a 22 bolt action rifle right there. Unless you're better with a firearm, in that case, you could grab my Colt revolver.
I don't know which one I'm more proficient for firearms.
you are better at rifles. Your character,
I'm a rifleman. Okay,
you're
well,
a rifle boy.
I have a success. I rolled a 32.
Great. Roll a d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Woo! 5 plus 1 is 6.
Oh, that's amazing. So you've done 6 more damage to the thing, and you blast its side, and this time some of the shark flesh goes up, and it lets go of Roxy Wilder and swims away. I'm going to call that the end of the encounter. Philomena now gets Roxy back to the dinghy. Edwin Hart is lost, but you did manage to salvage from the dinghy the strange translation, the log book, and I think that's all you. Oh, and the small stone.
Sword?
The sword was lost. The sword was lost. And so now, as you head back to the HMS Colossus, the sailors are yelling over the side, the navymen, and you watch as the wreck of the Cetus kind of crumbles and falls into the water, dashed on the rocks. And soon you are back on the deck of the Colossus, and you may decide what you'd like to do next.
As Philomena is, I assume, the boatswain on the way back, I just want to gesture for Major General to come very close to me so I can whisper, "Don't ever touch my rifle without my permission again." But thank you. And I
Calico respects that. Gives the first smile of the adventure.
Great.
Once we're on deck, I want to attend to Ms. Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
I with some of my first aid.
Yes, that's a good idea. Go ahead and do that.
I say after I'm done with you, miss, you'll be better than you were before. I'm sure of it.
All right.
No, I'm so sorry.
I just wish you were a little better at swimming, and then we wouldn't be in this situation now,
okay.
would we?
Well, I say A for attitude for me. However, I did roll a 100.
How does
I needed that skin.
Okay,
happening?
It's absolutely cursed. I'd like to push.
No push in this particular case. I'm sorry, Philomena. Roxy Wilder goes unconscious from the pain, and the ship's surgeon, Mr. Dugan, pushes you aside, Philomena, and he rolls medicine, and he succeeds, and he gives you back 3 HP, Roxy Wilder. But I am going to say that Roxy Wilder is sort of insensibly kind of feverish and kind of like half conscious in her cabin for a while.
I'm gonna have the doctor bring me some whiskey.
Very good.
Because I gave my flask to the late Edwin.
Yes, you did. So now it's up to Calico and Philomena where to go to next, what to try next. So you found one of this sea monsters or this crew of ghosts, one of their victims, one of the ships that they've raided, but you're still not sure how to find them.
Is there anyone on the ship I'm aware of that maybe is knowledgeable of like lore or different languages that could perhaps decipher what we found?
So there is a sailor that is constantly a problem for you. A very superstitious man named Kripke. And Kripke, Kripke. And Kripke's the guy on the far left there. And Kripke is the one that always gets the sailors on the ship. Now of course you are a major general in the Marines, Calico. So you mainly deal with like landings, and you take your Marines out to do military actions. There's also a captain, right? And he's really in charge of ordering around Kripke. But you have enough rank that you can as well. But Kripke's constantly like talking about superstitions, the voyage is cursed, oh, this is bad luck, that's bad luck, and he's horrible for morale.
Mm-hmm.
But he does know a lot about legends and things like that.
Can I call them all into my bed chamber?
Yeah,
I want to know what's happening here.
Okay, no problem. Yes, you of course may. So perhaps you're discussing Kripke in front of poor Roxy's bed. As she's kind of like feverish and sort of,
I don't believe any of this pinochle hobnob nonsense. Ghosts aren't real. There's a logical explanation for everything.
Says the woman who literally, I think, kicked a god in the balls in our last adventure.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I want to kneel
Man in a suit.
I want to kneel next to Roxy's bed where she's convalescing, and I should not have acted. I'm sorry. I should not have tried to heal you. I'm sorry. I overestimated my skills, and I need to, I just want to make sure that we're still, you're still trusting me as an adventuress.
There's one thing you could do to earn back my trust.
Oh,
Philomena. You go past me my rifle over there.
Are you going to shoot me?
Yes.
I will not stand for being shot. Not today.
No, pass me my rifle. Pass me my rifle.
I step out of the room and tell the nearest soldier to fetch me Kripke immediately.
Mr. Kripke soon comes stumbling along. It seems like he may have had more than his allotted rum ration. It's quite late now. And Mr. Kripke is like, Major General, can I help you?
Yeah, Kripke. We found a couple of interesting artifacts. We'd like some sense made, and you're just the odd, annoying fellow I think may have the answer. So take a look at what we found and tell me what you can tell me about these.
I'll take a look. And you're showing him the papers you found, the stone, all of it?
Yeah.
Kripke just rolled a critical success. And so he tells
finally.
you.
Finally. I figured something out, man. I'm cursed.
This is no good, Major. No good at all.
Go on.
They was heading for the ruins. Sailors whisper about it. The city beneath the sea. Atlantis, some say it is. Oh, no, sir. Begging your pardon, but we dare not go there. The eyes of God and Jesus don't fall on that place. If we go there, we're all sure to die.
What do you make of this stone?
Well, I did get a critical success, so I can tell you that some of them South Seas sailors that go venturing around the Pacific, they come back with these things. They says they ward off the evil spirits of the sea.
Kripke, are you so drunk you just became a little bit Cajun? Did you dip into... do you have family in the South?
Your own tea, sir.
Oh, okay.
That I am born and bred in the British Isles. And perhaps the man portraying me is not a master of accents. But I assure you, sir, that I am no frog. No French blood in me, sir.
I want to say that meanwhile, in Roxy's room, Philomena's just like holding Roxy's rifle and being like, Only if you promise not to shoot me.
I'm definitely gonna shoot you. I forgot. I started being Australian after we talked about accents. Hold on, Roxy.
Definitely.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to just break out the Australian for a line or two. Look, you've gotten some information. You can act on that. What would you like to do next, everybody? I'm going to resolve. Let's resolve what was happening between Philomena and Roxy. How did that end?
Look, if you let me just shoot you just once and I'll just graze you, I will purposefully miss. Then I would say we are even because I'm pretty sure you just took a piece of my leg flesh and just ripped it off earlier.
So this gives me an idea. Now a lot of the sailors have joined this discussion. They've kind of crowded into Wilder's cabin, and Wilder's like, "Let me shoot you one time. Let me shoot you one time. You know, you're not a true adventurer until you've been shot." And now the sailors are like, "Yeah, do it. Shoot it one time. Yeah, take a bullet."
You can be on the opposite end of the boat deck from me, and somebody can be wheeling me around in a bed. I will still shoot you.
Can I choose where?
Sure.
Calico slams his fist against the wall. Enough! Enough! No one's shooting anyone tonight. Or tomorrow.
I was just about to say you could. Oh, darn.
All right, an intimidate roll, Calico Fydaq.
Failure.
Okay.
Oh no.
So Calico, they all kind of scurry. They kind of scurry to get out of the cabin to leave the ladies alone. You've put a stop to this insanity, but you can hear some of the sailors grumbling as they move away. Foremost of which is Kripke, who before running off to his post gives you kind of a questionable look and then runs off.
When it's just the three of us, I look to make sure no one else is still in the room. And in a low voice, I turn to them and I say, "Roxy, you can go ahead and shoot her, just not on this boat."
I'll remember that.
Fair is fair.
Just at least let me choose like a fleshy part of my, like the arm or the...
Oh, I'll let you choose. But fair's fair.
As long as it's part of my...
Was the shark just a shark?
That is a great question. So, yeah, you got the closest view of it. It was just a shark. People love it when I do this, but in some, like the adventure in Africa, our entire party almost got wiped by just a lion they met. You're on an adventure, and there are dangerous things on an adventure, and there was blood in the water.
I knew not to jump in water. It's never gone well for me.
Well, it went pretty well for you here. You're still alive.
Yep.
I am going to have the sun set on this scene. I'm going to say that everybody rests, and by resting, Becca Scott, I'm going to give Roxy Wilder one more HP back. One more HP from
Come on,
resting.
Roll the D3. We got a doctor.
Nope. Maybe tomorrow. But as the next day dawns, what is your plan, Major General?
While we're resting, can real life Major General Calico run to the restroom very fast?
Yes, you absolutely may.
15-year-old bladder. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Philomena, do you have any action you'd like to take the next day? When you are kind of trying to figure out how to redeem yourself, how to become the hero that you know you can be.
I'd like to just like heave some ropes, just like really strongly in front of the sailors.
Okay.
Ooh.
You know, I want to like, ha-ha, heaved.
Okay, very good. Give me a strength roll.
As I was laid up in bed, I'm not any good at reading, but I'm going to read real slowly and out loud to myself these captain's journals.
Very good. Give me a read English roll.
Ah, yes. Okay, still not great. You mean education?
That is...
Or language own. Yeah.
Language own. Yeah, that's right. So how did you do on your strength roll, Philomena?
I did great. I just got a regular success.
Okay. I think that maybe improves how the crew is treating or thinking of you. Yeah, so maybe it does. They seem to grumble less and meet your eye occasionally now. Roxy Wilder, how'd you do on your read English roll?
You know, I find it relaxing to slowly read one word at a time out loud, and I think I'm getting better at the English language because I rolled a 16. That's a hard success.
You may go ahead and check that. And you do realize that, that the ship, the Cetus, was headed to a place called the Southeast Sargasso Sea in the middle of the Atlantic. And that the thing that was being translated is missing a ton of pages. They were nabbed or you didn't get them off the ship. At any rate, they're not here. So all you know is that there is some word made of ruins and sea devils, but most of it is just kind of a log of a voyage that kind of gives you more clues about how to get to the South Sargasso, the exact point where that ship was headed.
Could I go hang out in Roxy's room?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You again. Now listen.
Yes.
I do enjoy companionship and I'm glad you're here, but I will insist that someday I will shoot you.
Oh, fine. You can shoot me. Fine. Fine. I can put it in my story as the time that the great Roxy Wilder shot me after some kind of duel, meaning our disagreement about how I treated you medically.
Are you guys going to do this? Because you could do this on the deck right now, or you could follow Calico's orders and not go through with
I
this.
think we have to have a
We need to get it over with. We need.
Okay.
Wait, why am I all of a sudden turning southern?
I'm gonna get a ship hand to get like some sort of wheeled deck bed and roll me out onto the deck.
Calico, while you were missing, they went ahead and went through with this. I think the Major General was attending to more important matters. They are breaking your orders. Why am I going down this route? Because it's fun. So here we go. I'm going to set the scene.
Further away.
The sailors love this. They think this is hysterical and amazing, and it's the most entertainment they've had in many long, boring weeks at sea. Roxy Wilder, they have put you on one end of the deck, and Philomena Pastel, they put you on the far other end of the deck at the extreme limit of the range of Roxy's weapon. And we are going to now see if Roxy can hit you.
It's a duel. I think Philomena should get to shoot too.
Oh, is that what it is? Are they having a duel?
Duel
Duel
is.
it. Here's the thing. I think Philomena knows because she doesn't have any skills with firearms. So she knows it's basically like letting Roxy shoot her. So I think and also I think she thinks since the sailors seem excited about this, she's like, like maybe she can, because the rope heaving didn't work as great as she thought. And so maybe this will get some respect.
Interesting. And so what I would like the firearms roll from Roxy Wilder. It will be a hard firearms roll. And from Philomena, I would like a charm roll again, because Philomena, you are kind of using it as PR.
Okay.
Maybe I'll purposely shoot high. We'll see.
Here we go.
I think I should call it before I roll. I think I want to just gently graze. What are you wearing? Are you wearing skirts?
No, I'm wearing breeches and boots and like a fluffy shirt and like
Do your breeches have suspenders? Ooh! I want to shoot I want to shoot a hole in the hat.
Great, near the head. Here we go. So you are shooting at the hat. It's going to be a hard roll, and if you miss, something terrible could happen. Here we go.
Okay, I'm going with the rifle because it's I'm a better shot with it.
Great.
If I die from this, no.
Hold on, I almost shoot, and then I think, You know what? This isn't right. No duel has ever been dueled with a rifle. Get me my handgun. Can I push it?
Yes, of course, and I think that's a good way to push it. So you're about to fire, and you're like, you know what? No, and everybody knows it's even harder for you to do this with a handgun, almost impossible. And so I don't want to take all the danger out of it. They let you get a little closer. Someone's like, wait. It's a handgun. She needs to be closer. They fight about that for a while. Finally, they move Roxy closer within the handgun's maximum range. It is a hard skill roll still, and let's see how it goes.
A 9!
Oh my God.
You may check your pistol skill. You blast off Philomena's hat. The sailors cheer. Calico arrives, perhaps to put a stop to it. But what I want to let you guys know, I want to hear how the charm roll went, Philomena. How did it go?
Bad.
Okay.
99. 99. Something is seriously cursed. I don't know
Okay.
like what's happening.
No. Here's what I'm going to say, Philomena. You're not able to just like stand there like it doesn't even bother you. You like actually after it happens, you're like you lose 1 sanity.
Oh no!
You lose 1 sanity from that because it scared the piss out of you. But there is an upshot to all of this. Morale on the ship has been tremendously improved. And now all the sailors are calling you by your first name and tossing you ropes and working with you.
Roll me over.
They thought it was the most amazing spectacle they've ever seen. Even Kripke is like, that was good luck, that was. So
I look over to Roxy and I mouth to her, because she did it for me. Everyone's finally respecting me.
So Major General, the captain, is asking you, where are we setting sail for? What's the next move?
Were there any coordinates in any of the paperwork we found?
Actually, Miss Wilder has looked over those papers, and you can reveal to him what you found, Miss Wilder.
Major General Calico Fydaq, I have improved. I've gotten better at reading, which has always been a difficulty for me, and I know that we're headed to the southeast Sargasso Sea right here on this map.
That's right. You're able to give him sort of like the rough location, and then if you all do a navigation roll, you can go directly there. Either Philomena or any of you that would like to.
Okay.
Fail.
I'm changing my dice situation here. I was using digital and now I'm like, I gotta go.
7 on just the basic 10% skill.
Oh, mother. Okay, wait, what did I need here? Dang.
Should I
Whatever.
check it or
How'd you do, Calico?
Failed.
Not me.
Fail. How'd you do, Philomena?
I needed a 35. I got 45.
Okay, and would you like to spend 10 luck? You don't have
10?
to, but
No, not for this.
Okay, and Roxy, I don't think that you have very much navigation.
I got 7 and I have no navigation.
You have 0, like absolutely none.
7 out of 10, which is the basic.
You can check your skill, and you are the one who leads them there, which is sort of unbelievable.
Smell the air.
But you are becoming a real member of the Neptune Society. So Captain Elmer Tarrington, before you set sail, says to you, Fydaq, he's like, are you sure? That's in the middle of the Sargasso.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, hold on.
Very
I pulled
well.
Fydaq aside. Now, this is where was written about, but are we sure we want to go where everyone has died?
What better way to put our names down in history? I say it's an opportune moment for us to really shine.
Miss Wilder, we didn't set sail to avoid danger and save our hides. We set sail to solve a mystery, and that's what I intend to do.
Just checking. Yeehaw!
And so you set sail for those coordinates, and several days and nights pass. And then one night, as the sun is going down in the west, I would like for everyone to make a spot hidden roll.
Can I heal again?
You may and you should. And in fact, the medicine is now going to kick in. You take
putting some extra nights on this trip.
5 more HP come back.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck that
It's that
shark.
lull of the ship. It's like a lullaby.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're being well treated by the ship's surgeon, and now I would like those spot hidden rolls, everybody.
I failed.
Ooh.
Okay. How about
You have a
Roxy or
near-death
Philomena?
I failed.
When you have a near-death experience like I have, everything else comes into sharp focus, and I succeeded.
Here's what happens. Roxy, I think that you're up in that crow's nest again. You're up in that crow's nest. Maybe you're just.
I made someone drag me, not using my legs.
No. I think you're finally healed up a little bit, right? Like,
actually, I'm almost back up to my starting HP.
Yeah. So maybe you wanted a little air. You wanted to get out of. I mean, like, a ship's hold is so smelly and kind of close and sweltering, especially in the warm climate you're all in. So you climb up into the crow's nest to get the air on your face, and you're watching the sunset. And then you realize that there's another sunset over in that direction. And then you realize it's not a sunset at all. It's 2 little sunsets. It's 2 little glowing green sunsets that are rapidly moving toward the Colossus.
The sun isn't green. Is there a bell in this little crow's nest? I want to ring the bell.
There is a bell. You ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. And suddenly...
That's the common.
Yeah, okay, so you give everybody a warning, and now I must ask, in a situation like this, with this sea monster headed directly toward your ship, what does everybody do?
Load the cannons. Something's coming off the port bow.
That's where it's at, absolutely.
I immediately instruct everyone to man the cannons and to pick up their firearms.
Okay, so sailors are taking battle stations.
I am extremely excited. I'm going to make sure that my rapier is on me, and I'm going to put my hat on that has the little hole in it, and I'm going to run to the mast of the ship, and I want to put one foot on it and put my rapier in the air and be like, onward.
Okay. That's really fun and crazy. I think that the sailors cheer for you.
I'm crying a little
Philomena, because they're excited to hunt this thing, and you're kind of making them excited. And after your earlier exploit with Roxy, they love you guys. So they cheer. They're taking their battle stations. I think that their morale is so high they might get a little bonus when they're attacking this thing. But I need someone to manage them, ready, aim, fire.
Yeah, I would like to run up to maybe the lead cannon or the closest cannon to the edge of the ship towards the creature, and man that. Yes, and give the order to everyone: man your cannons and don't fire until it's within range.
Okay, great. So you want to time it just right, and you yourself are manning a cannon by yourself. I'm going to let you do that, Calico, with just a firearms roll. Normally, you'd want somebody to have a cannon skill. That seems insane. No one's going to. I mean, I could make it hard, but I don't know. The morale is so high. Everybody is ready for this. I'm going to let him roll at regular difficulty. Calico, don't tell me yet what you got. We're going to find out in a second. Yes, Roxy.
Well, I just want to stay in the crow's nest. I assume I carried my rifle up here with me, because why get a perfect sniper position without your weapons?
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. And now you have a perfect sniper position, and you may make a natural world roll from your perch.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, great.
Could spend 2 luck to make it a hard success if there's any use.
Would you like to do that? I'll give you an extra clue if you do that.
I will spend 2 luck.
Okay, great. You make a hard success. So it is very clear to you now that it is not, in fact, a creature of any type at all. It's some sort of submersible craft. It's quite large, and it's moving very fast, faster than any sailing ship can move. The eyes, quote unquote, are actually illuminating lights And they might, in fact, also be windows. There might be something inside, like creating the light. You think that might be a vulnerable part of this vehicle because the rest of it looks like it is very covered in armor. And there it is as it moves rapidly toward your ship. Philomena, anything else? Because I'm going to have our friend Calico fire his cannon in a minute.
So with what I know, am I able to see if that seems like the thing that downed that other ship that we investigated?
You don't really have an eye on it yet. You're kind of up on the deck with all the sailors who were like, manning rigging and like, pulling the ship around so that you had the broadside where you can blast it. Yeah. Okay. So I think you're still kind of like up there with the sailors. Okay. Like, I mean, if you want, from this position, you could help them pilot the ship. Yeah. Okay. You want to try that?
Yeah. I'd like to get us to go like right alongside it rather than like into it.
Okay, you're like issuing orders and you're kind of trying to get alongside it to give you the broadsides where the most guns can like blast it. And
that way he can do the gun thing better.
That's great. So let's start with your roll. Give me that that pilot boat roll. And to be clear, you're not doing all the work. You're kind of ordering along with the captain, all of the sailors who are moving the ship.
Okay. Is there a possibility that I could push this one?
I think that in this case, maybe not. Maybe not.
Okay, well, then
okay, that's okay. That's okay. So basically it's just chaos, right? Like, even though these guys are good at what they do and their morale is high, I mean, this thing is moving so fast. No ship you ever sight is there like that. And people are spooked and they are suddenly flop sweats breaking out on their heads, including yours. Now we go to Calico Fydaq. Calico, you're not going to get a bonus to your shot, but you're not going to get a disadvantage either. How does it go?
Well, first things first, did Roxy yell down to us that sort of insight she gleaned from looking at the craft? Like, so am I now privy to the fact that I need to shoot for the windows? She shouted that down to me.
I think that without any kind of metagaming, we could say, Roxy, you would yell down.
That would be insane to not share that information.
Yes.
It's not an animal, it's a ship. Shoot for its eye view holes.
Yeah. So you can aim for that with your cannon, but a cannon is not an exacting weapon, so it will then become a hard difficulty firearms roll. Would you like to try for it?
Ooh, yeah. So I could do just a shot generally at the ship that's not hard, or that's just regular, or I can shoot for the holes, and it's going to be. Is that how much does that mean I have to beat the six or beat the roll?
You'll need to roll half of your firearms roll, and so for you that will be a 25 or lower.
Oof. You know what? Let's go big. Yeah. Okay.
Go big or go home, Calico. Here we go.
Okay. I got a 31, so I will spend 6 luck to make that.
Yay!
Boom! Like, you and the other cannons go off, but Calico specifically aims his right at like one of the things, like kind of like bubbled eye hole things, and it smashes into it, and you can see that the thing cracks, and the thing like starts to go under again. Like, instead of smashing into the ship, you see it kind of sink beneath the waves. Who knows if it's turning around, but let's now take this in like action turn order. Who has let me see, the highest dex belongs to, we have a 65 for Calico. Roxy has a 80 and Philomena has a 80 as well. So I'm going to say we're going to go Roxy, Philomena, and then Calico, and we're just going to keep in turn order until we know that we're safe from this thing. So Roxy, what would you like to do now?
I'm going to aim for the crack that I see, and I'm going to go try and get right in the eye of that crack.
Okay, it's kind of sunk beneath the water. Would you like to kind of hold an action till it emerges again and then try for that?
I'll hold, and I will aim for this turn.
Okay, yeah, so Roxy's kind of like following where it went under the water, and like kind of like she's actually moving over the deck of the ship now and like where it would have emerged on the other side. And as you do that, Roxy, you do see that it is like kind of coming up out of the water on the other side, but it's not quite time yet. I'll let you know when to make your roll. Philomena, what would you like to do?
Okay. Do we have any like barrels of flammable materials or gunpowder or anything?
That's very interesting. So, yes, there's certainly, you have to go down a deck, but there are certainly barrels of explosive powder. Yes.
And we still have our dinghy?
You certainly do.
Okay. I'm going to run down towards the gunpowder barrels.
Okay. So this round you have gone to the one deck lower where all the guns are, and you have now access to barrels of gunpowder. General Major, what would you like to do?
I would like to instruct all of the other the seamen to keep an eye on this ship. So if it has now gone under us and is on the other side, I would instruct everyone to move to the other side of the ship, whatever, starboard or port, whatever, the opposite of what we are on, so that we're trained and ready should it pop up on that side.
Okay, give me an intimidation roll to like, sound the order and get them like over and aiming on that side.
Oh boy, fail.
Okay, that's okay. It just means you're not going to get any kind of advantage or whatever. Like I said, up the top of the deck, it's very chaotic. People are kind of like, what is this thing? How is there something traveling under the water? And that's kind of what's happening on your deck, Calico. Like all of these gunmen are kind of like confused. Wait, it's on the other side. How is that possible? So, but you're over there, so you'll get a shot. It's just all the gunmen are kind of like confused and wondering what's going on. And now our ship, this strange ship, starts to kind of emerge from the water. And I can tell you, Becca Scott and Roxy Wilder, that it has gone under the Colossus, and it is now moving rapidly away from it, but it breaches the water a little bit. Its glowing eyes are visible just for a moment. Would you like to try your shot?
Yeah, when I see the eye, I want to aim for it.
Hard difficulty. Go for it.
Not this time. Skims off the water.
You blast at it, but it skims off the water, and I think you've scared it because it is moving away from you guys like rapidly.
Do I have the opportunity to take a shot at it? Does the cannon have the distance to take one last shot at it?
I think that it does. I think I'm going to allow it. Philomena, I don't want you to forget your plan. I don't want you to feel like I'm canceling your plan, but I think the thing is running from the Colossus right now. So perhaps your plan will be something you can put into effect later, or perhaps Robert's about to eliminate the need for it. Let's see. Give me a hard roll because it is moving away. There's more distance.
Oh, I need if firearms is 50, I need to roll 25.
That's right.
38.
That's not quite enough. You can't, and you can't get it through luck. So you blast the water with a cannonball, but the thing has rapidly moved far out to sea, moving so fast your jaws have kind of dropped. Especially those of you that know about ships in the sea. This thing is unearthly, alien, and you can see why Edwin Hart thought it was some sort of monstrous phantom. What would you like to do now?
At this point, I don't know that it's left. So I'm like rolling a barrel up, and I'm like, "Don't worry, I'm here with the plan." And I get out, and I'm like, excellent work.
Well, I want to know what was your plan? Because in the middle of the action, I can't stop to ask you. But what were you going to do?
I was gonna put some of that gunpowder barrels in the little sloop thing, and I was gonna row it out there. Before I did that, I was gonna tell Roxy, shoot when I give the signal, and I was gonna dive out and swim back to the boat, and then try and wave my thing so that she could try and shoot it.
That's awesome.
It's so awesome that I want you to take a point of sanity and then a +1 sanity, and you've set this up to go. Whenever you want to use it later, it's ready to go.
Okay, so the barrels are like right by where the dinghy is.
Absolutely. Well, maybe they're even in it. Like all you have to do is like
we can't use that.
Yeah,
we can't use the dinghy because my plan.
Well, there's more than one dinghy. It's a 2-decker.
True.
So
true.
So you have this sort of like a gunpowder boat ready to go when you need it. But your quarry has escaped you, Major General Roxy and Philomena. So what will you do now?
Give chase.
Now this thing was going the opposite direction quite fast, so fast that we wouldn't be able to catch it. Or
give me an intelligence roll, Major General.
Fail.
Okay. Yeah, you think that you could definitely follow its wake. I mean, it's creating a tremendous amount of wake. Even it's gone underwater, so that might make it tough. But you could attempt to follow. Anybody else who'd like to? Actually, I definitely want Roxy to make an intelligence roll, but Philomena, you may as well if you'd like.
Sure, why not?
Oh, 4.
Very good. This thing seems to have stumbled upon you while you were both on the same heading. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You're out in the middle of the sea right now. Like, there's no reason anybody would be on this same route. I mean, this isn't the Cape route. This isn't a trade route. You're heading out into the Southeast Sargasso. Why would it be out here unless it was on a similar heading? You may be headed to the same location.
But
I'm going to shimmy down to tell Calico this.
Okay. You might as well tell Philomena too, because there's no way in hell she got anywhere close to get to knowing that with that roll.
Yeah, we huddle up on the deck
because that roll was bad.
Was Roxy able to figure out if the ship was coming at us and we were sailing to the destination, wouldn't it seem like it had already gotten to where it was going and is coming back?
No. So it's good to get this clear, and thank you for asking. Roxy probably saw it like kind of coming up from behind you guys. And then you were kind of trying to get broadside with it, but you didn't quite make that. But you blasted its window or its eye, right? And then when you did that, it suddenly made the decision not to ram you. It decided to go under you very rapidly. And when it came back up, it just went as away from you as fast as it could along your same heading. So,
Major General, I think that it didn't come after us because game recognized game. That's what I think. It's a saying we had.
Because we were so fierce in the water.
I would like to continue towards our destination.
Very good. You continue towards your destination, and soon the wake is gone. I mean, the thing has gone deeper under the water. Who knows? But it was moving so rapidly, impossible to know. A new day dawns as you arrive at the coordinates you have been tracking, and you are definitely in the Sargasso now. There is this kind of kelp that kind of like rides along the top of the water, and there's almost no wind here. Your boat slows to a crawl on the it's just daybreak, but already the sailors are wiping their brows. It's very hot here. And you have arrived sort of in the area that you think the Cetus was headed for, and possibly this strange submersible vehicle. What would you like to do?
What do we see? Is there anything? Is it just open water?
It's not quite open water. It's a Sargasso, so there's a lot of this like weird kelp that grows up and kind of floats on the surface of the water, and everything is very dead. It's doldrums, like it's just like air that seems to not move. But yes, it just does look like open water other than that kelp.
Miss Pastel, I would like to take a look at this equipment that is so strange that you have brought with you on the ship.
My personal equipment.
That's right.
You harbor an interest in it.
You could say that. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but I'm interested.
She jumps up and like unrolls like a and it like and there's like all of her stuff that she brought, and every single thing has like a very long story, and I am pretty sure that you might regret. So this diving suit actually began when I was sailing off the coast of the Canary Islands.
Kripke and I pass rum back between each other to get through all of this tale.
So yeah, 2.5 hours is what is happening here.
Very good. Well, 2.5 hours is enough for you to kind of learn the working of the diving suit. Make an intelligence roll, Roxy Wilder.
Oh, I just wanted her to. I'm not going back in there. No way. Okay, it's failed.
Okay, I think that you are fibbing because you do not want to get in the water, but I love it. So you do have one option, and that's been sort of implied that you can maybe perhaps use the diving suit to go and see if there's something beneath the surface of the water here, Major General, or you could try something else.
Well,
I also have a lantern, waterproof.
excellent. Gonna file that one away. I think what we'd like to do is I caught wind of Philomena's plan that she was going to unfold in our last little scrape, and I think it's brilliant. So what I would like to do is, since there's not much of a current, we're pretty much standing still, I would like to ready 2 dinghies to cover our broadsides of the ship. Maybe, like 15, 20 feet on each side of the ship with the gunpowder, so that while we're doing this dive and we're just sitting ducks, should we get attacked, we have our explosives in place.
That's really cool. And so basically you've created mines, right? Yeah, very cool. So you order that, and the people are putting it into effect. They are creating another dinghy that's kind of ready to be shot and blown up should the need arise. Roxy?
I think that maybe some sailing hands should just stand guard at all times on either side.
Very good.
I'll give them some tips on their aim and their stance and all that, so maybe it'll help their rolls later.
Great.
Am I aware of any other underwater gear on the ship? Might we have some?
You might have some, although it's not, the Royal Navy doesn't make a habit of diving. So I'm going to let you make a luck roll.
Fail.
Okay, so
like
no,
a shark cage.
Captain Tarrington regrets to inform you that this is not a diving for sunken treasure vessel. This is a Royal Navy vessel, and if you want to effect a landing and a military action in the middle of the Sargasso Sea, you will unfortunately have to make do with Miss Pastel's diving suit. The captain might be giving you a little bit of guff, Calico, and you probably I don't know how you feel about that, but you're supposed to command the Marines, but you way outrank the captain, so maybe he's chafing a little bit on having to take his ship out into the middle of this nowhere.
I want to do a little experiment. I want to take the if there's not the anchor for the ship, since it's a two-deck ship, but a smaller anchor that may be lying around, and sort of feel if I feel any objects underneath the water.
Oh, I would like to attach myself to the anchor in my diving suit while you lower me down.
So would you, I'm hearing 2 things. You'd like to attempt a sounding, which means to figure out how much depth there is or what's kind of down there. And then also separately, Philomena, although you are certainly welcome to ride the anchor down if you'd like.
Ride it, yeah.
You are going to kind of dive in your suit. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So for the sounding, I think that a great thing to do would be to give me just like a pilot ship roll or a navigation roll. Actually, let's call it pilot.
World?
Oh, I like that, actually. You know what? Actually, I will take natural world.
Okay.
And let me just get that roll.
I've never done this before. I know horses and I know guns. I'm learning how to sound.
That's okay. I think that what you were trying to do is just see, you're talking to the sailors who really know how to do this kind of stuff, and they know how to like get depth, but they don't quite understand that you're trying to figure out if there's something down there. And so that's why there's a failure here. There's kind of like they don't have procedures for what you're really asking them to do.
Did it be like a ting ting or like a dong dong?
Right. And they're like looking at you like, what is she talking about? But we still, I guess it's up to Philomena Pastel. Philomena, are you riding down in your diving suit?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand like on the anchor and like hook one of my little feet under it and hold to the side, and then also hold my lantern and just like wait while I'm being lowered.
Philomena, you have that big kind of helmet on with like the porthole on the front, and like, in the movie we would see from your point of view as like suddenly sploosh, the azure water starts to kind of fill up, and then suddenly you're below, and now you're looking down. And if you've ever gone scuba diving, you have that unearthly feeling of flying, right? Because the earth is so far below you, down beneath the water, and schools of beautiful tropical fish kind of float by. Once you've kind of made it through sort of the hedge of that kelp, you see these schools of beautiful tropical fish. But Philomena, you see something else. You see something quite astonishing. You see a ruin. A ruin that definitely looks like it was made by intelligent hands. It looks like this. And Philomena, as you look closely, you can see that there is some sort of statues kind of mounted. And then beyond that stuff that looks like coral is actually, it looks like it might be more structures that have kind of been weathered by the water. This is all extremely astonishing. But that is when I regret to inform Calico and Miss Roxy Wilder that although you did set sentries, they have failed in their spot hidden rolls. So I will allow spot hiddens from Calico and from Roxy. I'm not going to just let you get automatically ambushed.
I am agog with wonder watching Miss Pastel go underneath the water, and I know there's nothing else.
I kept a keen eye, and I succeeded.
Very good.
Nice.
So, you are the one, Mr. Major General. Perhaps you've just had your kind of, fight with the captain. You come out onto the deck, you look down into the water, and you see men swimming through the water, wearing black, who are starting to grab onto your ship and try to board it.
Immediately alert the crew. We're being boarded.
Very good. And meanwhile, underwater, I want a spot hidden from Philomena Pastel.
Okay. I switched out my dice again because they're also cursed. God, why? Okay. Well, I'm just really entranced with this ruin.
So you only see at the last moment as you finally feel movement within the water, as figures, moving through the sea toward you. Their presence kind of moves the water. It alerts you. You kind of look away from this beautiful, awe-inspiring ruin. You turn around and you see this creatures that are humanoid, but with ichthyan features, mer creatures, horrible, sharp-toothed, deep ones. Ladies and gentlemen, Philomena Pastel, please roll your sanity.
Oh my God. Thank God. Okay. Yeah, I succeeded.
Okay, Philomena, you take 0 sand loss, but everybody is in a tight spot. So in Call of Cthulhu combat, we are going to go into combat rounds now for the last 5 minutes. We'll see what happens here. Yes, Roxy.
Before that, when Philomena went underwater, would she have entrusted me to hold on to her rapier for her?
I don't know. Philomena, what would you do? Did you take it with you? Did you leave it with Roxy?
I think I would have left it with Roxy because I don't know if there's anywhere to. I don't want something sharp like that near my.
Yeah, your suit. It's like it can't be punctured. Okay.
Yeah.
So Philomena has just very graciously decided to be without weapons as she is approached by these horrible aquatic monsters. And as your keeper, my grin is getting wider and wider. Roxy Hart, you're an 80. We decided it was Roxy, Philomena, and then Calico. And then I'm going to determine when these things go. Let's see here. I would say so. The underwater creatures go first because they've got some surprise and they move very rapidly under the water. And then the people boarding you, Calico, they don't go before Roxy or Philomena, but they go before Calico.
Okay.
But
quick question though.
Yeah.
They are quote unquote mines are useless now because they've already swam past those and are climbing up the ship. Is that correct?
No, that's incorrect. Nope. Thank you. So good question. And you did spot hidden them, and you did set up that trap. And there are people out there in the water trying to board your ship. Would you like to effectively set those off?
Yes, sir, I would.
Okay, so one soldier is gonna, one of the sailors is gonna hit the one on the other side. But would you like to do the honors on this side?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
great.
Do you have different dice, or can you bless them or something?
Yeah, cleanse them.
Tell them they're really good and you love them.
29.
Yay!
So Calico Fydaq gets up on the rail, points down, and you actually see one of these and by the way, this isn't a aquatic monster that is swimming toward you. It is a black masked figure who one of them actually grabs the dinghy and is kind of like looking around the dinghy as your shot hits it, and the gunpowder explodes. There's a mushroom of fire into the morning air. And let's see here. Actually, okay, you just blasted out of the water 4 of the men that were swimming toward your ship trying to board it. Pretty cool. And now we will go into turn order. So you can see bodies now floating in the water and deep beneath the sea. Philomena doesn't even realize it's happening. We start with the creatures that are attacking Philomena. And here they come. They are swimming toward her. And I'm going to say only one of them is close enough to do anything to her this turn. And it's going to attack. And it misses its attack.
Yay!
Yeah, so it swipes at you with these webbed claws, and you just manage to kind of tumble back out of its reach. And then the other 2 get up close to it. So next turn, 3 of these creatures will be attacking you. That's going to be really bad unless you do something, take some sort of evasive action, Philomena. Roxy Wilder, it's your turn.
Oh, you best believe I turn to the 2 strongest ship hands standing on the deck, and I say, you pull up that line. And I'm going to take out the rapier and defend the 2 gentlemen that are pulling up Philomena's line to get her up as quickly as possible.
That's a great idea. And so they're going to start, they're going to roll their strength to see how they do on pulling up Philomena's line. That is a critical success. And so, yes, and the other guy does very well as well with the critical success. So, Philomena, you're looking at these things, you dodge them, and then suddenly yank, and you're being pulled back through the water, being pulled up rapidly. So you've gotten a little distance from them. Philomena, I realize you're in a kind of a strange position, but is there something you'd like to do? It's your turn.
I'd like to. Are any of them within striking distance of me, or are they kind of
not anymore because the ship hands have started pulling you up? Although I will say that they're not really supposed to pull you up this rapidly. It could break your line or something if they're not careful. So and you just know that because you're experienced with this equipment,
right? Well, I'd like to grab on to the anchor so as to prevent myself from hopefully being ripped off.
Yeah, this is a great idea. So you're basically going to make sure that your line doesn't pop because they're yanking you up so rapidly.
If the line pops, am I losing my air?
That would also happen, Philomena. So it's important for you to do something about this.
This is karma for botching Roxy's surgery.
And the whole time I'm thinking in my head Roxy is up there, and I'm suspicious.
Oh wait, I want to see how the guy did on the other side of the boat.
This is what happens.
Yeah, did you see it, Jordan?
I'll tell you in a second. Okay. So Philomena, I think we should. I think that if you want a straight up dex roll will allow you to kind of brace yourself and grab the line in a way and try to stop it from shearing from the tension of being.
What is happen? Oh wait, haha! Did you say dex?
That's right.
Okay, I rolled an 82 and I have 80, but I'm gonna spend 2 luck. Because at first I was like, I'm cursed, but I'm not. I'm gonna spend 2 luck to get that success.
Yeah, so you like lose your hands lose purchase on it, and you're like, oh, and then you finally grab it and you kind of support it against like the part where it goes into the back of your helmet so that that like seal won't break, and you're kind of like surfing your way up as they reel you in, and those creatures continue to swim after you with their huge piranha-like teeth gnashing in the water.
The second she gets to the surface, I'm going to call her name and toss her rapier to her.
Oh, it's going to be a round or two. We'll see in a second. It's going to be soon. But right now I have to tell you that your friend on the other side, Calico, rolled a 97 on his attempt to shoot your trap. And now you hear like shouts coming from the other side of the ship about borders. And this is where I'm going to end it tonight. 3 black masked individuals holding huge knives and harpoons are slicing soldiers' throats as they move onto the ship. Meanwhile, beneath the waves, Philomena is being yanked back as these aquatic demons follow her. What will happen to our crew? Will they explore the lost city of Atlantis? All will be told when we come back in 1 week's time for part 2 of the hunt for Green October.
Yay!
Yay! Oh my gosh.
Now I have to pee from the action.
Real quick, when our gunpowder boat exploded, you said I saw bodies floating on top of the water. Did any of the masks come off? Was I able to ascertain whether these were humans?
You're right. The cliffhanger I just gave wasn't the final cliffhanger. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me that, in fact, one of the masks did come off. One of the black kind of cloth hoods came off. It was ripped off. And you see a man whose eyes are far on either side of his face. His lips are big and bulbous, and his skin is a mottled gray. Make a sanity roll, Calico Fydaq.
Oh, come on. 99.
Oh, Calico, you lose.
What do you mean? Oh my God.
A D4 of sanity as you realize the pirates you have been chasing are not fully human. You lose 3 sanity, and that is the end of tonight's session. Yay! Yay! Does anybody else have one more cliffhanger?
Hold on.
Yes, Roxy. Yes. Guys, I want to, what an incredible crew. As usual, I want to thank Becca Scott, Kelly Nugent, and Robert Buckley for joining me for Call of Cthulhu tonight. Give them a huge digital round of applause, and follow them on all of their socials. Find them on the internet and tell them how much you've enjoyed their play today, because I've been gifted with 3 incredible players today. Thank you guys so much.
This is so much
Thank
fun.
you.
So much fun.
And I can't wait for next week, Win. The way these dice rolls went today, Jesus.
I started out hot and then got real cold.
I was never hot.
You know what? That builds compelling storytelling.
Mhm.
Well, sure,
Adversity,
thank you.
hot and
But I also
cold.
almost killed the player we always have with a shark, and that would have been bad. Thank you again, Becca Scott, Kelly Nugent, Robert Buckley. We'll see you in 1 week. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Tell them how much you love them, guys, because I really loved playing with them today. They brought such awesome energy. I am going to go into a couple little promos for the Stream of Blood. If you'd like to make a comment or send a question my way, shoot it right into the chat. Clinton Trucks, our secret keeper, will find it. I want to let you know that tomorrow, Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, our vampires have gone to ground during the lockdown. Vampires of Pittsburgh is now on a new storyline called Vampires of Pittsburgh Lockdown. The Second Inquisition rules the streets of Pittsburgh. And tomorrow at 2, in a very special episode of Vampires of Pittsburgh, our spotlight is on The Hunters, not the vampires. It is on the Inquisition. Tune in for Inquisitors of Pittsburgh with the players Nora Abraham, Josephine McAdam, both of whom are playing the LA by Night game run by the amazing Jason Carl, who's been so welcoming and encouraging to our little stream where we play vampire games. Nora Abraham and Josephine McAdam will be joining us, along with, we had to have a SOB favorite on our Inquisitor team, Humphrey Carr. Humphrey Carr will be tuning in from England, because you guys know when we play Vampires of Pittsburgh now, we have to have someone who's using the cross-Atlantic cable to do it. So Humphrey Carr will be one of our Inquisitors as well. Will they find our regular players and slay them? It's possible. Also, when we last saw our premier occult investigators, Coven, they just rented a new office building and discovered a feral girl living in the walls. Yes, that is what happened on the last episode of our 1920s Call of Cthulhu game, Coven, starring the very funny comedians Kara Klenk, Lisa Traeger, and Megan Gailey. That was the least horrifying thing that they've faced in a while, was a feral girl in the walls of the house. Join us this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific for What They Do Next. These are girls in the 1920s with a ghost paranormal hunting business. I have something very, very Coven planned for them. It's going to be funny and spoopy and sort of horrifying. So please check us out. And then, of course, next Saturday, come back for more of the Hunt for Green October. What an action-packed session this was, and I can't wait to ante up for another session. Stream of Blood is also a podcast. Twice weekly, we're posting episodes of Vampires of Pittsburgh and the Neptune Society, and our other shows are coming soon. So please find us on your podcatcher of choice and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review on wherever you leave the reviews. It helps. It lets people know that we're there, and it'll draw people to the stream, and the stream will draw people to the podcast. And we wanted to give that to you. We wanted to release the audio version only. So please enjoy. That is it for the moment. Let me know if there are any comments or questions. Should you actually kill a player in a duel? I would be fine with that. I probably was going to interpret like a critical miss as just hitting, just full out shooting Philomena, and then that would have been a cursed voyage. It would have gone from being a morale booster to a morale absolute killer. We might have been dealing with a full mutiny on our hands. Any plans for more cyberpunk? I need to jack in regularly. We don't have any plans for it right now. I can tell you, our friend Andrew Orvidal, I think, is planning to run some cyberpunk online soon. We don't have any plans for it right now, but a lot of people have been saying they love it. So if you loved cyberpunk, send us messages, and we do what you guys tell us to. So if a lot of people are like, "Hey, play more cyberpunk," I don't see us not doing that. We would have to do it. And I really did enjoy the game, and I think there's a lot more of that world to explore. Absolutely. Decide on his rank for Calico, or did someone else? I decided on it when we were doing the general meeting of the Neptune Society. We had to figure out who he would be 30 years later, and it ended up being a major general. If that is in some way not factually accurate or appropriate given the time period or historical data, I don't care. All right. So I think that's yes. Will Jared play in a Becca Cthulhu game? I would absolutely be happy to, but it would take the I'd say the charm and attractiveness factor of her games down by about 70,000%. So, but I am happy to bring my Nosferatu visage into her very excellent Call of Cthulhu game, The Calyx, which everybody should check out. It's I think streaming usually Wednesday nights. And what's great that Becca does is she's running like Doors to Darkness and other published scenarios. So if you have those scenarios, you can watch Becca keeper them and kind of learn how they play and see kind of like, if you would like to buy that book or play that game. What was that last thing? Yes. Ha 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 ha. Strongly. Oh, well, that's nice. Okay. Anytime. All right. I'll be there Wednesday. Sure. Becca Scott is the most amazing streamer, and she teaches me how to do this. So I'm really, really grateful that she comes and plays with us every couple of weeks. Guys, spread the word about Stream of Blood. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe for special emotes and benefits. We're on Instagram and Twitter and Reddit, r/Stream of Blood. If you're on Discord, you can connect with us as well. We have a burgeoning, a growing community, and I really would love for more people to get on the Discord because I just want people to talk about horror and Cthulhu and vampires and all of the really weird, dorky stuff that I'm into. And I know there are like-minded souls out there that would love to have that conversation with me. So join our Discord discussion, and we will have those talks. You can always find us, of course, also on our Facebook group. The original artwork you saw today was by the insanely talented Will Pottorff, the best monster drawer in the world. You can find him at Will Pottorff, POTTORFF.com. Special thanks to Warbird, who did that really creepy music where he actually got the Cthulhu Fydaq music in there. You can find more of Warbird stuff on SoundCloud.com. Warbird. I want to thank Brian Baldinger, Clinton Trucks, my producers who make this happen. I just kind of sit down and talk for 2 hours, but they really get the guests and the tech and every other damn thing. Our social media manager, Megan Arch, who lets you know what we're doing. And the Stream of Blood logo was created by Garrett Ross. And the animation at the beginning is by our very own Better Than Heroes buddy, Andrew Orvidal. You guys... man, I missed this. 11 days is too long. I promise we'll be back sooner and more often. Until then, Shub Nugurath Cthulhu Fatagan. Bye-bye.